Good afternoon. Nice to be here again. Beautiful weather out. Well, certainly beautiful weather here anyway. So, yeah, working on these hat stroke airfigs. British Light Infantry, Napoleonic Light Infantry. They've all been undercoated, so primed, so they're all ready to go. As we said in the last video, the drummer needed his drum adding, so he has now got his drum, which, as you can possibly tell by the red stripes on it showing through the undercoat, that was made out of a piece of drinking straw, because it was the perfect diameter, and just cut a piece to the right length, fill it full of model filler, let it set hard, flatten the ends, rubbing it over a piece of emery paper, and that was the drum. Just drill a hole in it, and drill a hole, corresponding hole in the figure, little piece of wire for a pin and some super glue, and just pin the two together. And I also put a little drumstick in his hand there, just drilled out his hand with a very, very fine drill. Let's see if I can see that better. Yeah, the sun's trying to show through my blind here, which is a bit of a nuisance, but you can see he's got a bit of a drumstick in his hand there. And as we said previously, the drummer himself was made out of 3 separate airfix figures. 1 British infantryman and 2 American War of Independence figures, which I have quite a few of, which I've come to the conclusion I'm almost certainly never going to use. So I took 2 and cut the appropriate arms off and put them on the infantry figure. And as always with arms or heads or whatever, they're pinned and super glued and then filled around with some filler. Because the hat box 83.6, which is this box, 83.6, it doesn't have any flag bearers in it, which is a nuisance, and it doesn't have any musicians, which is a nuisance. Quite nice figures, but just no flag bearers or musicians. So with regard to them, you're sort of left to your own devices, I guess, really, but not too difficult to come up with some figures for that. There's one of our standard bearers, and I have to say this particular figure, when it's holding a rifle, it looks quite odd when it's holding a rifle, this particular figure. I fail to see the reason for putting that figure in the box. I can't see what Airfix's idea was, but I have to say I'm glad they did, because it makes a beautiful standard bearer. Just cut out the rifle, put the pole in, and it's beautiful. So we have 2 of them. So I'm just about to start blocking in the base colours, starting with the flesh tone. And I've decided that this battalion, I had to sing in my head for dark green facings for some reason. I don't know why. So I went through the listings, and dark green is, there's 1 or 2 battalions with dark green facings, but I've decided on the 11th North Devonshire Regiment, so we'll do a battalion of them, North Devonshire. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the drummer turns out when he's finished with the yellow jacket and everything like that. He's going to be nice. And I think the Airfix figures will fit in with these hat figures very nicely. So yeah, good. It seems also, I'm going to say something, here's my tea. It seems also I have another subscriber, so thank you very much. Always absolutely delighted when I have another subscriber. Thank you very much. Thank you also to Mary Hinge for giving me some valuable, I should say, not invaluable, very valuable advice on obtaining more subscribers. So that was nice, thank you very much. And I'm watching as many videos as I can, because they're all interesting. It's all good stuff. It's all, as one person said, I think his name was Gavin, there's no right way and a wrong way to paint. Everybody has their own ideas on how they do it. The idea, or his idea was, which is I totally agree with, watch the videos, take the little bits from the videos that work for you and sort of put it all together, which is very, very good. You know, I still consider myself a beginner at this game. Like I said to you before, I come from a world of painting Rembrandts and Vermeers and stuff like that. So to go from that to painting miniatures is quite a challenge, quite different. But I enjoy it very much. It's very good. I enjoy equally as much, if not more so, making the, there goes my clock, making the videos. Just great fun, great fun. And another one of the things I enjoy immensely is the conversion work. Taking something and turning it into something else, or starting from scratch, like we did with the mounted rocket troopers. We saw them in a book, thought, yeah, I would like some of them. And to start off with sort of nothing and end up with half a dozen mounted rocket troopers, which I gotta say look very nice, I'm very pleased with. So that part of the hobby is very nice. It's not the easiest, I'll say one thing, it's not the easiest hobby in the world, because if you want the results, you have to put in the hours, you know. It's you only get out of this hobby what you put in. If you want those nice figures in your collection, then you just have to put in the hours to do them. That's just all the way it is. Alright, I suppose you could say you could pay somebody else to do it, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. And how good a painter are they, the person you pick? I mean, I've seen battalions of painted infantry and cavalry on eBay, and they go for good money, but are you really assured they've been done properly? Have they been primed properly? Is the paint going to come off? Blah blah blah. So to me, the only way to do it is to do it yourself, and you know you've done it properly. You know you've primed them and varnished them and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's thinking about it. It's not the easiest hobby in the world. I mean, there are a lot easier hobbies in the world. I mean, you think of, like, I don't know, stamp collecting. Who wants to go through life collecting bits of gummed paper? I mean, this. So this is a vastly enjoyable hobby. It's really nice. The people you come into contact with along the way are really nice. That's great. I like that as well. People with similar interests, and you all swap ideas, and this is how I do this, this is how I do that. Or you can ask people, you know, how do I do so and so, which is great. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Thank you to the people who subscribe. Thank you to the people that comment. Yeah, I guess that's really all I've got to say at the moment. I'm going to get on with doing the block colours on these North Devonshire infantry. Starting, as I always do, starting with the flesh tone. So, yeah, thank you to everybody. Thank you for the nice comments. See you on the next one.